Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. It's great to be with you. I apologize for the bad lighting. I'm having a bit of technical issues, but I'm gonna try and just work with this light. The power for my lamp is just not working out for me today. So I'm going to be coloring in Autumn Charm by Teresa Goodrich, and I'm coloring this page because I just want to color something relaxed and easy. It's been a very busy season for me, busy month, and sometimes the best things to do are to actually get into almost like the therapeutic side of coloring. And that's what I want to do today, is just kind of do something that's relaxed and enjoyable and have a quick chat. All right. So my lighting isn't fabulous, but I will hopefully try in a little while to re-plug in my lamp. It's just not happy at the moment. So bear with me one sec. Okay, so I'm thinking nice red barn, daytime, so nothing fancy as far as the sky goes. I want to do a red truck, and then I'm going to do orange pumpkins, so that will be quite fun. And I'll do black and white cows, and we will see how it goes. I suppose we could do brown and black cows, but I always kind of see them as black. We're going to bring in some autumnal colors, although I honestly just don't know where. So yeah, I think let's just color and not figure everything out and see how we go. As always, I'm using my Colorful Country Lives color combos. It just really helps to make things actually a whole lot easier. Alright, I think I'm going to just color the cows first. So I'm just going to do a straight black. I know black can be quite flat, but you know, these aren't very detailed. So, and we don't have to go for realism. We can color this any which way we like. I hope that you are all well and that you've had a good start to your week, that your October month has been a good month for you. Hi Kenny, how are you? So what I'll do is I'll go over that with an espresso, and hopefully that will just brighten it up a little. Hi Noelle, how are you? I have, I suppose you could say, in some ways been feeling better, and in other ways I'm not feeling better, but I will eventually feel better. It's just life right now, as I've mentioned to a very good friend, and I mentioned to my husband, life at the moment feels like a runaway train, and I am chasing after it and struggling to catch it. So that's kind of where I'm at, and because of that, I'm not necessarily sleeping as well as I should, which leads to fatigue, and then I get fatigue headaches and all sorts of stuff happening. But as soon as that settles, everything will be back to normal and okay. Thanks, Kenny. I'll get there. It's just life at the moment. So I'm not sure. I'm hoping I can do a full 2-hour stream. I've got a fatigue headache today, so I have taken some medicine for it, and hopefully it will just keep it at bay. But if it gets too worse, I will let you all know, and I'll say goodbye and go take care of me. But I really need to color. I really find it therapeutic and helpful. And I decided today I wanted to color cows and pumpkins. I really wanted to color pumpkins. So here we are, coloring pumpkins. So I'm going to bring in a bit of gray here. Oh, fair enough, Kenny. How are you feeling these days? I'm glad you are doing well. I think we just get some times in life where it's just busier than others. This time of the year is usually a very busy time for us as a family, with the older boys doing rugby and various other things. But I'm happy for them to do those things. I think it's important. Oh, I'm glad you're doing much better, even with the down days. I hope the down days reduce more and more. They are not always pleasant. Okay, I'm going to put, I think, a little bit of brown in these shadows. Hi, Kali, how are you? I always find grass in autumn tricky because, you know, it stays green and it doesn't actually disappear. But I think what I'm going to do is use some French grey for shadows. Thank you. We have light. Husband to the rescue. You're wonderful. I texted my husband. It's like, my laptop's not helping me with my light. So he went and found me a plug and quickly came and hooked it up for me. Yeah, he's a sweetheart. I honestly typed in Google dairy cows. I'm like, okay, they're black and white. Any cow with spots, I go black and white. It's like my default. Oh, I tell you, DIY husbands are awesome. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure you can get brown and black spotted cows, but I don't know. I quite like the idea of it being black and white. Although I've taken a liking lately of coloring pumpkins, sort of a mixture of like orange and green or a grayish green, or sometimes lighter shades of yellow. That's quite fun. I mean, if you wanted to, you could do a whole lot of grass texture on here, but I probably am just going to be, dare I say it, lazy. Is that okay to say? And just do a very basic blend. Because let's just be honest, sometimes it's just too much effort to do anything other than just a simple blend. Oh dear, I'm going off. Okay, hang on. Let me zoom out a little bit. And push my... There we go. Alright, so we can do like the branch thingies here. I do sometimes get confused with the illustrations. I don't always know what is branch and what is background. Oh gosh, I think block coloring sometimes is the best thing. Sometimes it's just what you need. I mean, I watched a video by an art teacher on YouTube. I forget her channel. She does Copic markers and colored pencils. And I watched her video on doing artwork where it's set during dark, so a night scene or very heavy. I really liked how she taught it. It made a lot of sense where you know, you tone down the entire page. So you do background first, tone down the entire page, and you kind of allow the dark shadowy bits to be more blended in. And I think it's really, really cool to practice on days when you have a lot of energy, if it's your thing. Obviously, if it's not your thing, it's not your thing. And that's where I thought, no, I'm gonna make this completely like the middle of the day or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, because I just don't want to have to think. I really and truly, my brain is like, it's done. Okay, that's underneath here. I am going to go over the grey with green, so it won't look dreary. But I thought I could break it up a bit, so maybe make one of the rolling hills yellowish. Okay. So I think I'm going to have to get my copy of Emily Lederhall-Oberg's Fairy Tales and Folklore from her website direct. I pre-ordered myself a copy on Amazon, thinking, oh, this is, you know, it's going to be okay. I can get a copy. But I left Amazon a highly disappointed review because I haven't received my book. There has been no communication about delays in when to expect the copy of the book, because I understand sometimes like you can get the delays with various publishing and all of that. So yeah, so I left a review and I'm quite annoyed. So I am most likely going to cancel my pre-order on Amazon, go straight to Emily Lederhall-Oberg's website and try and get myself a copy of the book from there. Yeah, I'm not I'm not really happy about this because it's almost the end of October and I thought by doing an early pre-order I would at least get a copy. So that hasn't happened. And I'm just waiting to see like how long to give it before I just go can it and cancel it. I don't think I've been charged for the book yet because it hasn't been dispatched or anything along those lines. When I went to buy Kanoko Egusa's English versions of her 3 books. I did the same thing. I pre-ordered them on Amazon, and I waited about 18 months or so for the 1 book to arrive. I wasn't in an overly big hurry, so I didn't mind the wait. But every time I checked on it, it would say release date, and they would update the release date. So I was a bit disappointed that Amazon didn't update the release date of Fairy Tales and Folklore on the Amazon site. So at least that way people who have done what I've done would know. So I'm more annoyed at the lack of communication on Amazon's side than anything else, really. But yeah, so I really want to get that book in my collection. So hopefully I can sort that out, and by like Christmas, if I could get the book by Christmas and just go through the right source, that will be great. Because I can then do like some Christmas coloring or start the new year in a nice pretty new book. So I will work on sorting myself out and see what arises. Although I must say it's sort of leaving a bit of a taste in my mouth, because I don't actually want to necessarily pre-order coloring books off Amazon again. It's the second one that's not worked out very well for me. So I think going forward I'll probably be a little bit more cautious. But live and learn. Oh, okay, maybe that is the holdup. Oh, cool. Daria Soy is quite a popular artist. Have you got any of her work? I know Amberley Silencia on YouTube, she really likes Daria's work. And I love seeing her color Daria's work. She does such a great job with those portraits. Oh, cool, you collect her books. Well, why not? Collecting books and coloring in books are 2 very related and yet distinct hobbies. I've seen quite a few people are struggling to interpret the pages to their liking. There's been a little bit of an uncertainty of whether the paper takes to mixed media or blending pencils on top of wet media like Inktense and all of that. So I'm very curious to kind of see how to work with the paper. Yes, Daria's style is really cute. I do like to see her pictures. I haven't bought any of her books though. I think, aren't they on a lot of Amazon paper? Hi Anna, how are you? An angel page. Yeah, yes, I have got one. I didn't show it in September because I only did about 3 colored pictures in September. So I was going to combine September and October together, but I will quickly grab it for you and show you. And I think it's the only one I've done. Just bear with me. All right, I'll give you a sneak peek. So this one is by Christine Karen. And yeah, I did this one in September. So that's the only angel one I've done. Is this kind of what you're thinking? Oh, Yana, I'm so glad you're having a great time on the creek and the weather's been kind. Thank you. So yeah, so that's the only angel page per se. It's in God Jewel and you wanted yours to come out good. I can't find God Jewel on Amazon because I tend to buy most of my coloring books off Amazon. And I'm just not having any luck finding it. I've decided I'm going to just collect all Hannah Carlson's coloring books. I don't really necessarily care for the postcards, but I'm gonna work on buying her coloring books and adding that to my collection. So I thought I would just include God Jewel on there, but I can't find it, so I don't know. Oh wow, okay, so it's not on Amazon until next year for the States. Okay, so maybe the UK will be after the States. I've noticed the UK tends to be a bit later on some things. I haven't heard of iMusic. I thought iMusic was like Apple related. Maybe I found it. I'm on a rabbit trail now. No, that's not the book. I found a different book. I'm like, no. Okay. I can't see it here. Let's see if I put it in Hannah Carlson. Oh, fancy that. Nope. No, it's not on here. There's Ellie Marks. I could get Ellie Marks coloring books. Yeah, it's not available. Yeah, maybe it is sold out. It's okay. All good things come to those who wait. So I'll just wait. Yeah, it might just be sold out. I've noticed with Hannah Carlson's books, they do come back, so it's not like it's a permanent sold out thing or anything like that. So I'm sure if I just wait patiently, it will come back. And hopefully I'm not making this too bright of a yellow. Bright of a green. If I get my words muddled up, please excuse me. I have a habit when I'm tired. I muddle up my words and my brain lags. So I tend to take a long time between words sometimes. You know what, we could probably bring in some green ochre. It will mute this all down a wee bit. How is the coloring bingo for October going? Are you making progress? Have you been able to come and find quite a few coloring pages? Or has it been quite challenging? Oh wow, you're on the last one for a bingo. Well done. I am so impressed. I can't wait to see all the pages you've done for the bingo. Such a cool idea. I wish I could have done it. It was just, yeah, it was realistically not going to happen. As it is, for October, I still have yet to finish a complete page. But you know what? It's fine. There's no race. There is no competition. And, you know, we color what we color when we can. And life has ups and downs. And sometimes it's up and sometimes it's down. And sometimes it's a roller coaster. And right now it's a roller coaster. Oh wow, Kali already has a bingo. Oh, fabulous. So how did you do the bingo? Did you do one page for all 5, or did you do 5 separate coloring pages in a row? What was your tactic? Oh, cool. You went down a row. Awesome. Oh, okay. 1 page per square. So 5 pages. That's so cool. All right, I need my blending pencil. Oh wow, the last page is from Fairy Tales and Folklore. Oh, I can't wait to see it. It's going to look amazing. So I'm really trying not to make this too bright of a green because it is autumn, so I do want it to have a few more like brownish undertones. Okay, I'll just blend it out. I'm doing another page in here and I am so loving every moment of that page. It's going to be one of my favorites for the month. You have so many books in your autumn to be colored stack. It's okay. You're not alone. I'm right there with you. And they'll just stay in my to be colored stack until next year and the year after, and depending on if I keep adding to my collection, we may eventually dwindle it down. Oh, it will be stunning when you're done with it. I'm convinced that all art has an ugly stage. And then eventually it has a, okay, I can work with the stage. And then it moves into a, yeah, it's not so bad. And then by the time you're done, it's like, yeah, I can do this. I'm good at coloring. I'm an artist. So my current personal challenge to myself, and I have no idea if I will actually perfect it, but this is the challenge I set for myself and I intend to work towards. It's getting to a place where it doesn't matter how it turns out, you know, if you know what I'm saying, like just color and just make art, and if it turns out amazing, yay, and if it turns out okay, fine, and if it's a disaster, okay. You know, I just really want to get to a place where I'm more often than not just doing anything, whether it's painting or learning to paint or trying to draw again, like whatever creative endeavor I do, I want to just be more focused on actually starting and finishing than trying to make it some amazing result. Like, just let it be what it needs to be, kind of thing. You'll have a brand new winter or Christmas to be colored stack. Yes. That is only natural and good. And why shouldn't you? You know, Christmas deserves its own huge stack of coloring books. Exactly, the disaster is where we learn new things. That is it exactly. So I want to bring in some like brown heels because I think it will look nice. So I'm using bronze because I can, because it's out, and why not? I do draw the line with some of the neo colors though. Like I just haven't worked out how to use neo colors. Have you worked out how to use the neo colored pencils? I really like using a colorless blender. It's just sometimes you just need to put down like enough pigment on the paper and then take a blender and just mush it all together. Well, at least with Prismas. And with some of your other pencils, it probably makes sense to layer it and, you know, do it slowly and steadily. I want a bit of dark bits in here. I want it to look like a muddy field or a tilled up field, so it's like doesn't have too much green stuff going. It's being prepared or it's resting. Yeah, so the Prismacolors in the full set have got 3 neon colors. That's what I meant. See, I told you. I don't always get my words out. Okay, so it's got the neon pink, the neon orange, and the neon yellow. And I really struggle with these pencils. They never get used. I haven't even worked out how to use them. Sorry, not neon. I left off the N. Some days I get my kids' names muddled up and I just look at them and go, right, you, that one, the child standing next to me. Or I go through all their names and eventually get to the one I want. Although neo-colored 2s or neo-colored colors in pencils could actually be really useful. I mean, think about it. I'm going to have fine details. Probably would waste less of the crayon. Although there are ways that you can keep the crayon like in little packets. Oh, thank you. No, I'm sorry. Although, didn't they do distress oxide type pencils, the Tim Holt pencils? Didn't they take that and make it into pencils? So I mean, it would be handy if Caran d'Ache did turn their neo colors into pencils, especially for, you know, colorists. I think it could be really handy. All right, I want to do the sky. I am going to use a grey-green light along here. It is a very light sky, but I will deepen it a little bit. And then we can do the tree. I like doing trees. I noticed in Drommenvanger, it seems like the popular tree of choice there is a birch tree. Sometimes it's nice to just color the background. So much of the page gets colored up. It actually feels a lot more manageable. I'll go onto the path. I see I've forgotten here at the bottom of the truck. Alright, so I'm going to use my espresso. I could bring in some of the brownish reds. I like a sometimes I have to remind myself I'm coloring autumn colors and not just greens. Honestly, the blender helps. It really does help to kind of get this. And these sort of details here, you really don't need to worry about making them very fancy. They really can be quick. You're just really splattering on some color. Alright, I think I'll have to zoom in when I get to these small details. But what I can do is the pathway. So I'm using sand for highlights, beige as kind of like a mid-tone, and then I will go into darker browns. I honestly find there are days where I have to actually tell myself, just color. Just color. It doesn't matter. Don't have to layer it 50 times. I mean, it's okay to layer it 50 times, but sometimes it's okay to just make it work. It's kind of like shut the brain down. Sometimes the brain really doesn't have to be involved. It can kind of take a back seat. Oh, I'm so glad you like the grass. So if you are coloring autumn, how many owls, or kind of what has been your theme for autumn? So mine has definitely been pumpkins for some strange reason. I've just decided that pumpkins are the in thing to color. I had my first pumpkin spice latte the other day. It wasn't quite what I expected, to be honest. I thought it would have a bit more of a spicy, almost like a chai tea kind of flavor going on. It wasn't bad, it just, I think it lacked a little bit of oomph. But it was nice to kind of go, oh, it's autumn, I can have pumpkin flavored stuff. And I think next time I go out, I will have a chai tea. I think I prefer the chai tea. And hot chocolate is definitely a winter kind of drink, more so than anything really. Okay, so pumpkin spice is your okay, but not really your go-to. Oh, you've only coloured one picture in autumnal colours. So then, what other pages have you been colouring? Have you gone for the more witchy kind of go-to theme with the more magical? Oh, cool. So finish with bingo, coloured a picture in Flight and Fancy, and the RJ Hampson freebie. That's cool. It's a very well accomplished October you've had. Oh yes, jump into the Hannah book. It will be fun. Oh, cool. Scarecrows and pumpkins, now leaves and acorn houses. Okay, so there we go. We've got a pathway, we've got a sky, we've got the fields. We've made some great progress. Okay, that will be green, because those are evergreens. We can do some yellow up here. so we need some chicken feathers. Oh my gosh. I don't even know how to color these creatures. Seriously. Because they're not always, you know, orange. They can be white. It can be all sorts of colors. Okay, let's try to do the waterly bits. Oh my goodness. Alright, there, the chickens are done. They're like not gonna fap. Oh gosh, I still got all that. Alright, I'm gonna make those yellow because it's gonna be orangey stuff around here, so. I mean, who says we can't have like yellow bushes? Thank you, Kenny. I think I'm going to make the writing here gold. I'll have to go upstairs later and get my gold pen. But you could always come here and do this wood. I promise you, my poor brain. Alright, let's use 90% cool grey. Let's do the tires. And like, there's no picture. I need a picture of the wheels. But there's no picture. I know somewhere in one of the other books I've got, there is a picture of the wheels on a car or van. It might be one of those Christmas books. So then I can cheat. And I can go and see like, okay, how did Teresa Goodrich paint the wheels? I know inside here it's all gonna be, you know, really dark. So we can make that really dark. Oh my goodness, 81 Fahrenheit. That's still warm. How are you coping? I mean, it's almost November. You're coping. You must cheat all the time because you use reference pictures whenever you need to. Here, here. I think that reference photos are allowed. How else do we learn? Honestly, I'm really just happy to be coloring autumn pages, like actively going and saying, all right, this is an autumn themed book. It's autumn. Let's color autumn pages. So, you know, I think that this is good. I do find the Teresa Goodrich pages, they can be so good for just a relaxed coloring. There's enough details that keeps you entertained, but there's also a lot of space for just relaxed coloring. So what is, or who is, your go-to artist for relaxed coloring? Oh wow, you're having 85 degrees. Oh my goodness. In some ways, I envy you, having such beautiful, warm days all the way up to the end of November. Is that normal for you? Is it out of character for your seasons? I'm doing this the wrong color. There's the pencil I actually want. It's okay. Just going a bit backwards. Okay, cool. It's normal for where you live. That's really nice though. You don't have a terribly long winter then. In our area in the UK, we have about 6 months where I know it's going to be cold and wet, either at the same time or alternating, and then it eventually will get warmer. Yes, that is true. The climate is changing and there are fluctuations. I have noticed that as well. My pencils have wings. No, I think this is just what happens when I stop faffing and I just get on with it. And I don't fiddle and faff with details and all of that. Yeah, this today, it was all really about just getting into a space of why I color, which is to unwind, self-regulate, to, refuel kind of thing. And it's been really good to not focus on anything except just coloring. Exactly, just color. So yeah, when I just color, I can get a lot done. But if I was to get out a portrait, for example, I would probably not color this fast. So I think it also depends on what you're coloring. I'm busy trying to work out what colors I used last for my pumpkins, because I did use a color combo. And I'm thinking some nice bright oranges would work here really nicely. But I'm going to cheat and go quickly to my current whip, because that's my current whip. And I really like that, this here. So I'm trying to remember what I did. I think I found it. Did I? No? Yes, it would have been... This is what happens when I pick color combo and I don't write it down. But yeah, I like these different colored pumpkins. So I want to try do these pumpkins. Or maybe I should do that. But then it's too yellow. No, we'll do orange. You need bright orange. Okay, pick color. 118. Yeah, exactly. Portraits do require patience, taking our time, and I think also, when you want to do mindless coloring or just color for the sake of coloring, it helps to know an artist well, because then you're confident with the paper, you know what supplies you use, and then you can just sort of go, okay, this is my color combo for sky, grass, leaves, or whatever it is. And I think all of those factors just help with those mindless coloring days. But then I also was thinking, it makes sense why some people really enjoy mandalas. I'm not really a mandala person. I don't mind like looking at people's colored mandalas, especially when they color it in a way that the colors are so well balanced and complement each other so well, it kind of draws you in. So I quite like admiring that sort of work. Hi Renee, how are you? Exactly. Sometimes seeing them done is just all we need. We just thoroughly enjoy other people's beautiful color. I found my color combo and then I lost it and then I found it. Okay, here it is. 944. That's a sienna brown. No, it is a terracotta. I stand corrected. Okay, let's color pumpkins. I think I'm going to make all of these just orange. It will work really nicely. I've got the green already, so I don't need to bring in any greens. Wouldn't it be... I just noticed these pumpkin stems look like little witch hats. I may just be weird. They, you know, they remind me of little witch hats. All right, Haley's being random. Okay, never mind. Moving on. Oh, well done for finishing your first class of Excel refresher. How did it go? Hope they didn't give you too much homework. Thanks for hopping on. The other thing I've been trying to do is, if I'm coloring like a whole lot of pumpkins the same color, I try and kind of color them all at the same time. And I'm finding that quite helpful actually, because then I'm keeping the page kind of building up at the same time. And in some ways then it's easier to pick up where you left off, because you just carry on from whatever color you finish. Oh, well done, that's great. 97.8% on the first lesson quiz. Well done. I was doing a spreadsheet in Google Sheets, and I noticed they've got pre-built tables, and I got really excited because I wanted to create a bit of a library of some of the books I've got at home, because sometimes I lend stuff out to people, to friends, and then I forget who I've lent it out to. So I thought if I do a library, I can kind of help keep track of my stuff, especially my books. So I was going to I had this whole idea in mind, and I was going to create my own table and all of that in Google Sheets, and then I saw they have pre-built tables. So I got really excited and used a pre-made table to make my life easier. It's pretty cool what you can do with computers these days. Oh yes, learning new things is awesome. I love that we actually never get too old to learn new things. Alright, so I'm on pumpkin orange. I use terracotta, pumpkin orange, and then I'll go into more oranges. Bye, Carly. Have a great week. Thanks for joining. Oh, that makes sense. You take refreshers for your business management degree. And they do change a lot. I find the systems are changing ever more, and all this AI stuff is just going to make it change even faster. I mean, I noticed that when I do a Google search now, I get an AI search. When I go into Amazon on my phone app, there's even a little section where you can ask the AI bot. And my hubby, he's into tech. His job is in technology, and so he's a lot more excited about all of this than I am, and I'm kind of going, I can do my own thinking, thank you. I'm not saying that AI isn't useful and doesn't have its place. I'm sure it does, but I'm not always brilliant with change. So yeah. And I definitely don't like AI in the arts. Right, so now I need PC921, which is pale vermilion. Right, so we are getting there with these pumpkins. What do you think? Do you think these pumpkins are going to be eaten or carved out? Maybe this is the farm where people come and buy their pumpkins for jack-o'-lanterns. Okay, so now I need a 918. But I don't have a 918. Oh, I need a different color. Ah, there it is. I have a 918, which is a Spanish orange. So I will most probably finish this page off camera, because it would be really, really cool to be able to have it done for the end of the month. That would be really, really useful. Some of the pumpkins will be carved out and some eaten. Definitely. I mean, pumpkin fritters are quite delicious. My mom used to make sweet corn fritters when I was growing up as like a bit of a snack or lunch. So I can imagine that pumpkin fritters would taste quite nice. Or you can have a roast pumpkin salad. Roast pumpkin, well, you could have pumpkin soup. So much you can do with pumpkin. Have a nice roast dinner, pumpkin on the side. Okay, there we go. My pumpkins have been colored in. I will do the same colors towards the back. They probably won't need as much detail, and they're a lot smaller, so I will probably just throw a splash of color. But I am going to zoom you out a wee bit more so you can have a look. And there we go. Right, so that is what I have done tonight, and I really thoroughly enjoyed it, and I enjoyed chatting to you all, and thank you so much for hanging out with me. I am going to love and leave you. Okay, cool. Kenny, I will do the buildings then. I can record a video, or I can carry on a different live stream. It's not a problem at all. Recording a video, it's more like getting the time at the moment to sit down and do it, whereas if I do it on a live stream, I can definitely prioritize it. It just makes it easier. So I will do that then next week. I'll finish it off with pleasure. So thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you guys on Monday, and we'll finish the page together. I might just do the tree and maybe some of these bits, tinier details in the back. But if I don't get round to it, I'll finish the page with you guys next week. So thanks so much, and I will see you soon. Thanks for hanging out. Bye.